What is up, guys, and welcome to the Meeple Minded Podcast. This is the podcast where we finally answer the age-old question, can 4 sewer turtles actually take down a multiversal level threat? Or are they just here for pizza? My name is Jason.
I'm James.
And I'm Ant.
How are you doing this week, guys?
All good, all good.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Pretty good.
Well, before we get ourselves all shell-shocked...
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, yeah. Let's have a quick look at what we're serving up on the Meeple menu this week. So first up this week, we are getting our teeth stuck into our cardboard critique as we give you our first impressions of Unmatched Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And then we tell you what we have been up to as we talk about our recent Meeple moments.
And then we will finish up with a quick cardboard callback as we look at the game that we talked about this time last year.
And of course, guys, timestamps for each section can be found in the podcast description below. But for now, let's jump in to our main topic. So guys, today's first impressions is a big one, or at least for 2 of us who basically grew up on this show that made the term cowabunga cool. We've been waiting all year for this.
I take it that's you and me then.
That is you and me. I'm sure we'll get to that, but this is a big one. I've been looking forward to this one.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Ever since you announced it, what, 2 years ago?
It was ages ago. This was a massive one.
Have I been waiting? Unmatched and Ninja Turtles, that's like the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever. Come on. Best
Excellent.
combo ever.
What about you, James? You love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, don't you?
Yeah.
So, Anne, did you know that James didn't actually watch this as a kid?
So I didn't know this until you told me after we first played this. And then I was like, total shock. I'm like, what, really? And then obviously I can understand because I'm probably the oldest out of the 3 of us here anyway, so it makes sense. But when you were coming up with saying he didn't even know the names of the turtles, I'm like, he must have seen something or known something about it. So, is it that bad?
I know the names of the turtles. It's just, despite the fact that it's a program that's synonymous with the early 90s, which is the era we grew up in, it's just one of those programs that I just kind of went meh as a kid.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, that's fair. I mean, he's wrong, but it's fair. I mean, I think, I guess we could cover it, didn't I? When we were growing up, Sky was still pretty new in the UK. And I know I didn't
have it. I'm sure it was a Fox Kids program.
See, I can't remember. I always remember it being on terrestrial TV at the weekends on Saturday morning.
BBC or ITV might have had it at one point, but I seem to remember it being a Fox Kids thing.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder whether it's something I watched around a friend's house who I know had Sky.
It's possible.
There's been multiple versions of it, like you say. So we probably had the earlier versions in the early 90s, but then when James had it, it went to Fox Kids and stuff after. It was a different incantation of it. So
yeah. But obviously we're not here to talk about the actual TV show. No. We're here to talk about the brand new Unmatched Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think is the full name of it. Now, this isn't the first time that Unmatched has gone cooperative. We, of course, had the Tales to Amaze was their first one.
The most excellent Tales to Amaze.
Which we really enjoyed.
Yes.
We probably haven't played it as much as we probably should have.
No.
But yeah, I know that we did really, really enjoy it. But when they announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as the next one, I was stoked.
Instant
back for me. And this was at a time where I wasn't backing crowdfunding at all. And I was like, I need this. I didn't go all in. I didn't get all the singing, all dancing and all that. So, this is obviously our first impressions. We've only had this in our hands, I guess, for about 2 weeks.
It's that,
at this point. I think we first played it maybe 2 or 3 days after I got it.
Yep.
And then we played it not this week, but the previous week. So it would have been a few days after me and Ant had played it. So I've played it twice. You guys have both played it once, correct?
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
So this is a first impressions. It's not going to be a full review because we haven't experienced everything that can come from this. But we were so excited about this game, we wanted to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Or should I say I wanted to talk about it and you guys didn't?
No, most definitely did. Most definitely did.
So, bear in mind that we haven't seen everything. Let's talk about how we feel about the game. But so I'll start with you, Anne, as the more experienced TMNT fan. Would you call yourself a fan?
The older one in the room, basically.
It's a nice way of saying it.
But no, yeah, I do love TMNT.
Yeah. So how did you feel like the theme was portrayed in the adventures?
Yeah, I mean, it's very thematic to what it was, like all based in New York and stuff. Well, the one we played anyway,
because we played Shredder, and we did in our one as well. So we haven't played. Crown,
okay, right. So I love how the map itself was all laid out of certain sections of New York as well, and the fact that they've incorporated the Foot Clan, even though they're not the actual, the Foot. They're just small tokens that are like a threat and stuff like that, such and such. But I think it's done really well to what it was meant to go with. I think I was expecting something else a little bit more based around like the sewers and all that sort of stuff, because it's very into like where TMNT is and stuff mainly. But no, I think it did really well, and with the threat boards on top of it, attached to it and everything as well. So I think it was pretty, yeah.
Oh, good. So you're pretty happy that it was faithful to the original TV series?
Yeah.
It looks like it's based on the TV series rather than the comics.
Yeah, so the only issue I had with it was I was expecting other characters from the show to be in it more popular ones. Whether they're going to come into it at another time, I don't know.
Okay.
Probably why they're not in the core box, I don't know. But we'll probably delve into that in a second.
That's what's in the expansions.
Maybe, yeah. So I think I expected a little bit more. And when we were playing, we had these other villains. I don't know if you can sort them out with different ones or whatever.
Yes, you can.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
so
6 different foot soldiers.
Right. Okay. So so I was expecting probably something else more recognizable for me. I mean, I knew the characters, but I know everyone's a lot better and stuff. But like I said, I don't know if they're doing an expansion or anything to where they might come into play and then play as them. But I just love the fact how we got to play our turtles, the ones we want, like my favorites and stuff as well, and the gorgeous artwork as always and everything that Unmatched goes into. And
I don't even think I finished the sentence. What character would you like to be before you'd already claimed?
No,
like that one. Yep,
that one straight away.
So who's your favourite?
Leo. Yeah, I love the whole leadership thing.
Fair play. Well, I want to talk about the leadership thing a little bit later.
Okay,
right. About the gameplay. But James, what about you? How do you feel about the theme? Obviously, it's a little bit less poignant for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's from what I know of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it seems fairly accurate to it. Like I said, I don't know as many of the characters. Like I know the main turtles, and it was like some of the I can't remember what they call it in Unmatched. The secondary characters,
the foot soldiers for the
and the sidekicks.
And the sidekicks. That's it. The sidekicks you get from us. Like obviously, I know April O'Neil. I know Splinter.
Yep.
So yeah, seeing them was quite thematic.
Yeah, because there's a couple other characters that if you really know your turtles, then I think Donnie's one is like a robot character that's in from the comic books, not the show. Yeah. So, like you said, it's more faithful to the comics as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of them, like the one you played, the sidekick, I was like, I've never heard of this character.
Yeah. So when I played with James, I actually played as I think it was Donatello.
Yeah, and he comes with the little robot guy.
Yeah, because we didn't have Dono in our game.
No, we didn't have Raph.
Oh, it was Raph.
Yes.
Was it Raph?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever one it was, we didn't play with. I played with in that game.
Okay.
Which means I've now seen all 4 of the turtles in it's exactly why I played as that character. It wasn't one I was particularly bothered about playing as, but I wanted to make sure I'd seen all 4 because I knew we were going to be doing this episode. So I was like, I need to have at least seen all 4 of the base characters and seen how they play.
And are they uniquely different to each other?
I mean, again, we'll probably talk about it a little bit more later, but yeah, I think they're all uniquely different. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, especially like the ability ones. I mean, I'm sure their deck isn't as much different, but their abilities, I wasn't aware if they were different or not.
Yeah, I mean, we might pause this at some point and I'll actually go and get the box and we can actually read them out while live on the show. But yeah, so theme-wise, would you say you're both pretty happy with the set as a whole?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree with that. I definitely felt like I was playing as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Shredder was as brutal as I thought he should be.
Yeah.
Never underestimated.
In fact, actually, no. I didn't feel like we were playing as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because we lost.
We did.
Horrifically.
Yeah. which is an interesting one because we lost
We
as
did.
well.
We did.
Probably not quite as horrifically as we lost, but yeah.
Well, your turtle got wiped out really quickly, and you were just running around with your side character, who I had no idea who the character is.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now, just very quickly before we come off of the theme, I wanted to mention one thing. Obviously, we've talked about Tales to Amaze, which was the first IP based. And I find it interesting that they've gone down the TMNT route as the first IP based cooperative, because they had the Marvel license, they had every option to do Marvel as a cooperative game, and I'm interested to see why they didn't.
Actually, happy they didn't.
Oh, I'm very happy they didn't,
because I love Marvel, but it's so oversaturated.
Yeah,
it's like, so I actually appreciate them. I know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles isn't exactly a small IP, but it's not one that's been shoved at you from every angle for years. So it's quite refreshing for them to go, here's an IP that most people know, but it's different.
So let's do a little bit of comparison with Tales to Amaze. Like, how did you find it in relation to Tales to Amaze? I know it's been a while since we played it, but did you think there was actually a difference?
No, from what I remember, because I think we've only played Tales to Amaze once or twice, it was very familiar, especially like with the player selection and stuff like that. I can't remember, it was
initiative
deck, that's it. And the threats meter and everything, just with the TMNT thing slapped on it instead. So
what about you, James? Do you remember much of Tales to Amaze and how different this actually was?
It feels fairly similar. I mean, I think it's subtly different, but broadly the same as Tales to Amaze, from what I remember, because it's been a while since we played Tales to Amaze.
Yeah, no, I want to be fair to Tales to Amaze and to Restoration, because it has been a hell of a long time since we played Tales to Amaze. But I'm also kind of in the camp with you guys. Is like, when we sat down to learn it, or when I sat down to read the rulebook, as I'm not reading anything new. I'm not feeling like I need to learn something new here.
Yeah.
We knew kind of how to play the game straight away.
Because from what I remember, it's Tales to Amaze also had one central villain and some foot soldiers. And I'm pretty sure it had an almost like area control like mechanic and a threat board to it as well.
Yeah, so I think broadly speaking, it is pretty much the same. With gameplay wise, the core loop of the game, should we say?
Yeah,
but there's one thing I would say I felt was different though, and that was the tension of the game. I definitely felt that in this one, it felt like the threat was a bit more. It felt like you know, if you weren't keeping on top of it, you were gonna get buried really quickly.
Yeah,
we weren't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't feel like the difficulty aspect of it was as bad as Tales to Amaze. But again, it's been ages since I played that one, so it probably would have been the same if we go back and play it again.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like Shredder as a character was horrifically powerful compared to the other ones.
Original ones.
Yeah, because it's just like
Mothman.
It just felt like every time we hit him, he just went healed.
Yeah. Now I would say the final comparison I want to draw with Tales to Amaze is actually with the villains, because I feel like Mothman is Shredder, and I forget what the alien is in Tales to Amaze, but that's Krang.
Yeah.
You know, they're very, very similar. The alien in that one has a bit more to it than Mothman, and it's much the same with Krang. He appears to have a bit more going on than Shredder does.
Yeah. I mean, Tales to Amaze feels like it's the testing ground for possibly TMNT doing it, or possibly Marvel doing it. Yeah. You mentioned Marvel earlier on. You've got to try and remember that the early Marvel stuff came out when Mondo still had the license for Unmatched, and then they started to bring out other stuff for it. So they probably felt, oh, it's a missed opportunity. So let's try this. We'll test it with Tales to Amaze, and if it works well with gamers, we'll put an IP slapped onto it, and hence why. Because I'll be honest with you, when TMNT was first announced, I never knew it was a cooperative campaign. I literally just thought it was Unmatched
TMNT.
TMNT. Let's get them out and let's start beating them up Sherlock Holmes or Invisible
Yeah.
Man or something, whatever.
Yeah.
So, which you still can do, by the way, but I just didn't know it was slapped on as a Tales to a Maze sort of game.
Yeah. So that's not something we have done yet, is incorporating normal unmatched characters into this game.
Yeah.
And I would really like to try that
Yeah.
and actually see, Krang versus Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And Sherlock Holmes. And
Always Sherlock Holmes. He's too overpowered and unmatched.
It's very, very true.
Beat him up, always.
Well, you blatantly know we now need to get the Raptors in there. We need, we need to get Robert.
Just
Muldoon.
everyone gang up on Sherlock Holmes because it's just like, right now I'm going to do this. Cancelled.
Yeah.
Damn you, Sherlock Holmes.
I love me a bit of Sherlock Holmes. He's one of my favourites, without a doubt. But so initiative deck wise, you've mentioned it. I don't find it that different, because you're building the initiative deck exactly the same way as you do in Tales to a Maze. But did you find the initiative deck is still a good way of keeping the game fair between the players and the villains?
I think it's the meat and bone of this type of game, because it's not how you want your turn to go, but it's when your turn's going to go.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's like, oh, come on, let me be the next one. No, it's Krang. Oh, come on, let me be the next one. No, it's Shredder. I'm like, I know we're coming, but I need my turn now because I need cards. I need to maneuver. I need to whatever, because I'm going to get hit. So and that's the frustrating part of it, but it's so good because it's like, it's infuriating, but I just want my turn to come up, and then I have to wait for it to come up. And I think, like I said, I think that's one of the core elements of this type of game is the initiative deck.
And as a cooperative game, it's one of those things. Is like we can sort of make a plan, but you never know if you're going to actually be able to execute that plan because we don't know who's going to go first.
Exactly. And I play a fair bunch of co-op. Like my favourite game of all time is a co-op game. So I'm like, all right, whose turn's it next? Right, no, you're going to do it. Now we'll do it, and we're going to do that. Yeah. Whereas you cannot do that in this game because it's depending on when the card comes out. Exactly. So
and it's going to go one or two ways, isn't it? It's that initiative deck is either going to really help you, or it's going to absolutely stuff you.
Exactly. Yes. So make sure you have the best shuffler.
Exactly. That's not me.
No, it's really not. Like you, me, and Dave, I think when we were playing, it was like, villain. Villain.
The very first turn of the game that we played at the game club was, right, initiative, right, let's go. Okay, Shredder. Okay, cool, right. Next, Wingnut. Oh, for God's sake. Then, I've forgotten what the Croc's called. Leatherhead was next. And it was just like, I think all the villains went first. It was like, right, so we're battered left, right, and centre to start with.
But then it might work in your favour if they all go first, because then you know you'll all be last, and you can. It's like I said, it's
not when you've been successively hit, and it's like, I've burnt all my cards in defence before I've even done anything.
Exactly, but it is good how it can balance out sometimes, and sometimes it can't. It's brilliant. It's very well done.
And with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one, if it really wants to stuff you over, like one of the villains will draw that card where they go back into the initiative deck. So they've had a turn and they get another one.
Another one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, obviously talking about the initiative, it's interesting. It keeps the game fresh for me. But yeah, like you said, sometimes it is very, very frustrating because you can come up with a plan and then you never get to execute that plan. But at the same time, sometimes you really don't want to get battered straight away, especially as those villains, they're quite harsh, they're quite powerful.
Yeah.
They are very, very powerful characters. And especially if they're going one after the other, you are taking a hiding very, very quickly.
Like I've already mentioned, like Shredder just seemed to have an ungodly ability to knock up, just shrug off damage.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter how many times you hit him, he was like, healed. Full.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Yeah.
It didn't help that with the foot soldiers that we had, I think it was Leatherhead, that if you didn't have basically someone adjacent to him at the end of a round, he would heal people and you'd lose extra threat, which means your threat was going up quicker. So you kind of lost one of the turtles straight away.
Wingnut was really annoying when he kept swapping places with people.
Yep. So as he would switch places, you had, was it Slash was the other one that we played with, who was just getting more and more powerful as the game progresses. and I mean the other three in there as well. You've got Bebop and Rocksteady, who count as one foot soldier. So if you're using them, that's basically like having an additional foot soldier, taking it to 4. And they are crazy good as well. Can't remember who the other two are. I haven't played with those yet. But yeah, so the villains are quite powerful. Right? The villains are quite powerful. But how do we feel about the characters themselves? And how they play. Do and you mentioned that you love Leo because of the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like they captured that? Do you feel like he actually felt like a leader?
Yeah, I think it was his ability that helped with that aspect of it. I can't remember what it is. I think at the start of his turn, if he is the first player, he can do something. So obviously, first you're the leader, isn't it? So I think he can get an extra turn or something like that. But that's the only thing that really stood out for him is that's his character.
Yeah.
He had obviously the katana attacks as well, which is again another thing of his. But I'm sure, again, I've only played as him, so I'm sure everyone has every turtle has their weapon ability stuff as well. So, but for me,
we'll pause this. I'll go and grab the cards.
Okay,
and we can go for a couple.
And hurry up, because the smell of that Mrs. Fields is killing me.
Okay, so that's the little break over. I've got some cards now that we can actually refer to their special abilities. So, Ant, talk us through Leo. What's his special ability?
So I got it wrong. So at the start of his turn, he can actually move any fighter an extra space. So
that was it. Yeah.
Again, it's commanding other people to move away or move towards enemies and stuff like that. I think James was saying about Wingnut earlier on, and I do believe that there's a thing in there where if you don't have your psychic adjacent to you, he can attack you.
Yeah.
So that might be beneficial to move him back closer to you to stop an attack being hit and stuff. So, yeah, that's what I remember from Leo anyway.
Nice. James, I've just given you Michelangelo.
Yep.
Would you like to read his ability for us?
His ability is Pizza Party. After you attack or scheme, draw 1 card. Your starting and maximum hand size is 3.
Okay.
Which is pretty handy.
It is, but that's also quite brutal. A maximum hand size of just 3. I would say that's quite restricting. Not sure how that stands thematically, though, really. But I guess it's kind of like, maybe he's only able to hold small amount of cards because he's got the other hand is full of pizza or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
It makes him quite aggressive because he can constantly refresh his hand, but he has to attack to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I would agree with that. And he's got the best move out of everyone as well because he can move 3, as everyone else moves 2. He also has a ranged sidekick in April, which is very rare in the game. It's only April and Casey Jones.
That's the character I had no idea who that is.
Yeah.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. So yeah, let's. I've got Donatello in front of me. He is inventive, apparently. Inventive. I guess that works with the gadgets. So when you maneuver, you may draw 2 cards instead of 1. If you do, you put a card in your hand at the bottom of your deck. After you play an invention, tuck it under this card. Now, I like that because it helps you cycle through the less helpful cards at the time. Without having to worry about draining your deck too quickly, which is pretty good. But the final one, obviously, is Raphael, who has anger issues.
Of course.
Obviously. On each of your turns, the first time you lose combat, gain 1 action. So,
which is pretty good if you got the cards.
It's pretty good if you got the cards for it. They're all fairly theme heavy.
Yes.
Their abilities. How well do you think the characters are balanced? I know you haven't seen Raph, and obviously James, you haven't seen Leo.
No, I played as Leo.
Played as Leo.
I haven't seen Donatello.
It was Donatello you haven't seen. Okay. So, how do you think they play? Would you say they were well balanced?
They're well balanced if you play it right, because we struggled to get cards on our game.
Yeah, I think we suffered the same because I was about to say this. My impression of it compared to other Unmatched, when I was playing as Leo, I was like, where's my SmackDown card? Every character's got one card that's
The brutal one.
brutal one. And I was like, where is it? It is possible. I mean, I bet it's in there somewhere, but it was like, I found it really hard to maneuver enough to actually draw cards back out, like, because I could get rid of my cards in my hand really quickly because I was being battered left, right, and center.
Yeah.
But actually cycling the deck seemed harder.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would definitely agree with that.
I remember in our game though, we sometimes had cards, but we had to burn them to boost and movement time.
Exactly,
So again, it's balanced to a degree, but the abilities themselves have to be planned right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there is no benefit to it whatsoever. Unlike other normal Unmatched games.
Yeah. So, as someone who's played this a couple of times, I played as two different characters. The last time I played was as Raph. Now, we had a little bit of a chat, James, after we finished that game, and I know I talked quite a bit about Raph and how I felt about the character. Now, Raph is meant to be like the aggressor.
Yeah, he's the big brute.
He's the big brute. And I'll be honest, I didn't feel that.
Yeah.
Playing as the character, his cards just didn't seem all that good. You know, most of his damage is 1 or 2, and it just felt like, you know, and sort of looking at his ability, you know, with the every time you lose combat, gain an action, was like, well, he was pretty much always losing combat because he was awful.
Cards,
He was pretty rubbish. If I'm honest, I found that Casey Jones's cards actually were stronger.
Okay.
Which theme wise, I thought was pretty bad. Whether it's just I didn't play him right or not, I'm not 100%. But it's kind of put a sour taste in my mouth of Raph.
Wow. Okay.
To the point that I wouldn't want to play.
Is he your favourite character? As in the Ninja Turtles, not as in the game, as in Ninja Turtles themselves.
Donatello is probably my favourite.
Right, okay.
But it would have been Raph as a very, very close second.
Right,
because I always liked the aggressiveness of Raph. But yeah, it is just sort of, he's probably the one out of all 4 that I've seen that I would say is the least theme accurate to what I know from the TV shows.
Okay.
Which was a bit of a shame for me. Because I think they've done an amazing job theme-wise with everything else, including the villains. You know, I expected Shredder to be brutal, and he was.
Yeah.
So
I felt like, because we're shifting on to sort of talking about the villains now, I thought Shredder was too OP.
In what sense?
He had
his power.
He had too much healing, and almost every. I was just thinking about this. It's like, why did we struggle to draw cards, cycle the cards? He's got way too many cards that are cancel all card text.
He does have a lot of that. He does have a hell of a lot of that.
Almost every other card that we were drawing and his defense was cancel all card text, and that's where you traditionally after combat discard to draw up and things like that.
I think that's where Raph was bad, because from what I remember, most of his power came from the card text.
Yeah.
So if a lot of the constantly having
a lot of the card Turtles cards, it's like a lot of the power is in the card text, and Shredder just had too much cancel all card text.
Is the deck always the same, or can it be changed to modify it, make it harder or difficult? Or
deck's always the same.
Always the same
as normal Unmatched, unfortunately. But yeah, the main modification to the game is based on player count. Will be how much health does he start with. Now, in a 3-player game, it's 28 health for the main villain, and then of course you've got the other characters that you've got to deal with as well. And yeah, granted, to win you don't have to kill any of those; you just have to kill the main villain. it's really hard to just focus on the villain because those
Once you get attacked by
side
the others.
characters are just battering you.
They're
left, right, and
battering
centre.
you. And again, the third aspect of him being OP tied into the area control mechanic. Part of his reset is usually he moves to the area with the least amount of foot
So there
soldiers.
was in both of our games. In fact, we were
managed
really good at pinning him in,
Yeah.
and then having him surrounded so that we could just sit here. But as soon as it
and then he
happened, he
moves.
teleports somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's like the healing, you're disregarding all our card text, and then you teleport to the other side of the board. It's like,
yeah, exactly. So it was very frustrating.
Yep.
On that, and I don't think. I wouldn't say it's like horrendously unbalanced, but I would say the balance is a bit off.
He's too open. It's like either give him good healing ability or lots of cancelling card text, not both.
Yeah. But yeah, so balance issues within just the player, the characters here. Are you happy with the balance, or do you think certain ones are more powerful than others?
I can only having played one character, really. I don't know if I can comment on that, but I'd say the balance of heroes compared to villains is off. Heavily skewed. I know it's to try and make it increase the difficulty, but it's like I think you've skewed it too far.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. What about you, Em?
I mean, same as James. I've only played as the one character, but with the difficulty level that made me near enough lose the game, because I believe it was very close. The game that we did.
Yeah, the one we did. Yeah,
makes me want to come back and play the game because now I know how to do this and that, or maybe I want to be a different character and try with that. I mean, you said Raph was not the best of the character, or wasn't faithful to the character. From what I know from Unmatched, though, is that most decks are meant to be equal as one another. Obviously, he's not as good as the villain and stuff, but I think you either take the difficulty in two different ways, like, screw this game, it's too hard, or B, I want to go back and tackle this again a different route or a different character.
It's making me want to try the other villain to see what he's like.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm very much looking forward to playing Krang because he looks interesting.
Master Shredder.
But I'm just not sure who I'd want to play as because, like I said, I was damaged a bit with Raph, and that's the thing. I did get annihilated with my main character quite quickly.
I was going to say it's like you ended up actually doing more with Casey Jones with the ranged attacks.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I guess I'm upset on a theme level as opposed to a balance level because I didn't manage to get through his entire deck. Maybe there were powerful cards in there that I just didn't see, but I'm pretty sure I went through all the cards at the end and I didn't find anything that I was.
And this is exactly where Unmatched comes into it. It's how you shuffle that deck and how your deck comes out. Because like James mentioned about the one and only OP card in there.
Yeah,
it's in there, but it's either your game is at the top of the deck, middle, or really brutally at the bottom when you need it the most. But that's Unmatched for you anyway.
I was a little underwhelmed with that, but I don't know if it's just because I didn't get far enough down the deck. Because from what I remember of the other Unmatched sets, it's like there's 2 or 3 powerful cards. I didn't see much of the scheme cards either.
No, that's very true. There was a few, but not as many as.
Yeah, I think I played one in. Like I had one come out, and it's sort of like, well, these are usually either again deck cycling or resetting. Yeah, if you know what I mean, like being able to like move around and
with Leo's deck though, most of his scheme cards were for the psychic. Barely any were used for Leo as well. So again, I don't know if that's specific to his character. But
that seems thematic to me. If that's because I didn't really notice that, but it would seem Splinter, being the master, would be the one scheming.
Exactly. But I don't know. It's can you change this deck for normal Unmatched?
No.
So it's the same regardless of the same decks as well. As well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly the same decks. So yeah, I mean, gameplay wise, overall, how did you find it? Were you happy with it, or not as happy as you'd hoped you were going to be?
No, do you know what? Because I played Tales to Amaze, I kind of knew what I was coming into anyway. And then when it was like Foot Soldier after Foot Soldier coming out, it was what I expected. It was just the what's that deck called again?
The initiative deck.
It's that initiative deck which was the killer, because I remember you just sitting there going, I need cards, I need my turn, I need this and that. And when it wasn't coming out, it was brutal. But then when it did come out, you were relieved and like, yes, okay, now I can start doing this and that. I really enjoyed it regardless.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about it because I want to beat Shredder. I don't think we should do Krang until we've beaten Shredder.
Yeah.
That has to be a priority.
I think I would agree.
And I know we can do it.
I've got a question for the two of you. Because from the sound of it, right, so we both times with different groups have played it, we've both got our butts handed to us by Shredder. So, what's your ultimate 4-man team in the Unmatched universe for taking him down?
All the OP characters.
So
Sherlock
Sherlock Holmes, Achilles, Golden Bat, possibly Bloody Mary as well.
Yeah, Bloody Mary.
She's pretty good as well.
Yeah. Medusa, Alice, the Invisible Man, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Possibly Tesla.
Or Robert Muldoon as well.
Basically, considering how OP he was, all the ranged characters.
All the ranged characters.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good shout, that one. So, yeah, I think overall, I want to say that I found it quite, to use some technical terms, I guess, high energy as a thematic co-op, which is kind of what I wanted it to be. So I'm happy with the gameplay overall. Little bits here and there that I wasn't as keen on, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. But obviously, I want to talk about components.
Yep.
Now, I have to cover this here. This is the Kickstarter or crowdfunding, whatever platform they did it on, version. And I am led to believe that some of the things that I'm going to talk about aren't a problem in the retail edition, which is now out. But component-wise, what did you think?
Typical basic Unmatched again. Is it really brilliant, high quality minis as always? I'm not quite. I think you said there was a difference between the sidekicks in different countries and stuff. So some of them are rounded, whereas ours are like different shaped or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, that was one of the original things with Unmatched. The Mondo ones were more rounded, whereas the American ones have got more straight edges. But that's not a thing anymore with this. But yeah, what about you, James?
It's making, for what you've just said there, it's making me sound like there's something up with it, but I didn't notice. I'm not going to lie. The minis looked fine. Didn't really notice anything with the psychic discs. So yeah, it just looked like Unmatched to me.
That's fair. The core thing that I noticed straight away was actually the psychic discs. They are not as well printed as they should be. A lot of them were printed off center, and if you had them one way up, it's fine. But then as soon as you flip it over and the image is skewed heavily to the right, it's very, very clear that it's printed off center. And it's just one of those things of quality control. These things should have been picked up, and they weren't. Again, this is not something that affects the gameplay, but the box insert that they specifically designed for the box doesn't fit all the pieces in. The dials for the villains don't fit, for example, in the specifically designed cutout area.
Really?
They don't fit in there probably. It's very...
Sounds like their quality control is a bit off.
Yeah. But as I said, this has apparently been sorted for the retail version, but it doesn't really cover the fact that, people have paid a lot of money for your sort of Kickstarter version. It's not like they got it early, because they didn't.
No.
It turned up at the same time as the retail. And they even acknowledged that this was a problem, but they're not going to fix it. So, you can get the retail version and it'll fix those issues. It's like, well, no.
Let's splash up even more money for something that's your problem.
No, that's
yeah.
That's what were you thinking coming out with that statement? It's like, you crowdfunded it. Yeah, just buy it again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
No,
it's-
using your crowdfunding as a test run for the production, no.
Yeah, exactly. And you think with how long this went on for, from crowdfunding to production, these things should have been picked up, and they probably were picked up. Whether they were fixed or not is another question, because they weren't. So yeah, I'm not as happy with the component quality as I would be, to the point that it's hard for me because I love Unmatched, right? I really do. I love it. It's one of my favourite games. But if they were to do another crowdfund, I won't be backing it again.
Well, I remember you were skeptical about this in the first place because you've always had a no IP rule with Unmatched, but because it was TMNT, it was like it was a given. You had to.
Yeah.
So I can understand why you wouldn't do it again, especially doing that phase as well. But I mean, it's weird. It scarred you, so it stopped you.
It's not just that. It's like I get to support maybe a game system that you really enjoy, but if it's also going to deliver at exactly the same time it goes on retail, why bother?
Yeah, I mean, that could be argued that we're in the UK and it took forever and a day to get here and was out in the US like
I think it was out in Essen as well
nearly 2 months, and it was released at Essen.
Yeah, all the Unmatched sets have been like that. So again, living in the UK, it would make me immediately go, well, what's the point? It'll release at the same time. So,
but yeah, this is the first Unmatched set I've got that's purely restoration.
Yeah,
and it's not been.
It shows.
It's not been a particularly good experience, really, with the component wise. That's all I'm saying on that.
Yeah.
So,
I would be like shift on to something a little bit more positive. I would be in favour of them releasing more IP stuff that's not so well known, and like it's a bit of a nostalgia trip. Like if you take Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as like it's effectively late 80s, early 90s children's cartoon, more Unmatched sets in that genre.
Yeah.
Like, +1 vote for Biker Mice from Mars, please.
Yeah. I completely agree. I'd love to see stuff like that. And it's dawned on me a few times. It's like, I know it would technically be 5 players, but I'd love to see them do a deal with Renegade Games and get the Power Rangers in.
Yep.
Unmatched. And it would work perfectly for.
So you pick Biker Mice, you pick Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
I'm going to go with Thundercats. Make it happen.
Yeah. Thundercats has been asked for quite a few times.
I was about to say Thundercats as a second.
Yeah. Let's go He-Man, man. Let's get He-Man one as well. That'd be amazing. Love to see a bit of Skeletor in our match. That'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah, but can you imagine like they're also like in the sort of cooperative scene if you could combine the villains like Skeletor and Mum Ra on the same team.
Holy cow, that'd be
on
awesome.
the same team.
That would be really, really
cool. So Lion-O and He-Man versus Skeletor and Mum Ra. Oh my god. Make it happen, restoration.
Yeah. So the question is, who's this game for?
I think like James said, it's nostalgia people, TMNT people, and Unmatched people, really.
Yeah.
I would say I enjoyed it enough, so you definitely don't have to be a hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan to still enjoy the game. If you like Unmatched, you will enjoy this game.
Yeah. Would you say that if they're just a TMNT fan and they've never played games before, do you reckon this is something that they could easily grasp?
No, I think the difficulty will turn them off to it. If they play just normal Unmatched with the TMNT, I guarantee they'll like it. But if they're going in with Tales to Amaze rules, I think it's going to put them off it, in my opinion.
Nice.
Because no one wants a first experience with difficulty.
I would agree with that. Like, putting one of the characters in a standard Unmatched game, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Under the Tales to Amaze rules, you play base Unmatched first.
Okay. So this was going to be one of my recommendations, actually, for what they should have done in order to capture those extra hard TMNT fans that aren't board gamers. And that would have been to put in a much more streamlined, easy to understand, and more forgiving version like a starter level.
Yeah.
And then once they've played that, won against the villain, then they can move up to the next one. Because
Get rid of the initiative deck.
TMNT is a huge franchise, has a lot of people that really love it, and they would see this and be like, yeah, I want to buy that. And if they do any kind of research online, I think they're going to find that, yeah, actually this is not as easy as one might expect it to be, and might put them off the games, whereas we're missing a golden opportunity to introduce these people into the hobby as a whole. So I think there's a missed opportunity there, but it could be something that they could maybe look at for future retail sets,
100%.
especially if they're going to stick with this IP going forward, releasing more characters. You want to get those people in there because miniatures and collectors, they're going to love it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I would recommend that going forward. But yeah, for me, anyone who likes Unmatched will enjoy it, will love this game. Anyone who likes TMNT will enjoy the theme, but maybe not so much how hard it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, positive, negative experience. Looking
Positive.
forward to playing it again.
Yeah, I want to play it again. I want to beat it. So I am looking forward to playing it again.
Excellent. James?
Absolutely. Really enjoyed it, despite the fact that we got our butts handed to us. And looking forward to playing it again.
Fantastic. As I said, I'm overall happy with the experience. A little bit of quality control issue, but it is what it is. I would say I think we're going to play it again. So yeah, we're going to win eventually. Eventually. We probably won't win straight away. It's going to take us a fair few times to beat this one, I think. But yeah, that is our thoughts on Unmatched Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Say that 5 times fast.
Exactly. But yeah, the mutagenic turtles have had their time in the sun, but now it's time for what we've been playing recently in the Meeple Moments. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Don't be too sure.
I need to remember what I played recently.
So, guys, what else have we been up to recently? Ant?
So, I don't know if Jason's actually mentioned this at all yet, but we went to a press event last week.
I have not mentioned it.
Asmodee invited Meeple Minded to a Christmas party, private Christmas party for content creators. And it was good. Very, very good. It's very, not what I expected, let's put it that way. And I played a bunch of stuff there, really, to be honest. So first one was Take Time, a game that I already owned, but I hadn't actually learned the game. So I actually got to learn and play it from Get Into Games and Nick with Board Game Reviews UK, as well as Play With May. And nice bunch of people. Had a great time playing that. And I am actually looking forward to showing that to my family at Christmas time. Highly recommend it for a 4-player co-op party game where you don't get to talk at all, just like the Mind or the Crew. If you like those games, I think you'll like that. But one of those, another thing I was actually looking forward to was the Star Wars Unlimited, the introductory version of it, where it comes with an actual board and actual decks to get people into it more. Steve from Tabletop Games was with us at this as well. He had never played Star Wars Unlimited, so I actually got to teach him that and show him all the great components and the cards and stuff. He loved it. I think I've reeled him in to get him into in the game. So that was another one there as well. I wanted to play There and Back Again from The Hobbit, which is Reikenitz's new one that was for Essen last year. It's not out here. I'm kicking myself I've not got a chance to play it. But the way I looked at it, they had to have a lot of fun. For a person that's not a big fan of roll and write games, I really want to give this a go, or probably might even get myself a copy of it. So that's what I played recently and at the event.
Yeah, it was a good event.
Yes,
I really enjoyed it. Obviously, we went down on the train. We had a good laugh. Some drinks were consumed. There was lots of banter between all the creators. It was nice to meet up with a lot of the creators.
Absolutely,
Met a few of them for the first time as well.
Same.
Unfortunately, James wasn't available to go to that one.
I was not.
You were stuck doing the day job.
The day job.
Or the evening job, as it basically was. But yeah, no, we'll hopefully get you to to go to the next one. That was good fun.
Very good.
And yeah, you played quite a few games that night. I sort of was more on the social / drinking side.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which is fine. You still, like you said, you got to talk to a few people
did,
and stuff
yeah,
as well. So
but yeah, it was a good day out, or good evening out, shall we say? And I look forward to hopefully being invited again if we didn't embarrass ourselves too much. I don't think we did, but who knows? Who knows? James, what have you been playing recently, sir?
Well, we've just had our game night, so we played Formaggio.
Formaggio, that's right. This is the brand new standalone expansion to Fromage, which we obviously played, was it a few months ago, I think?
a couple of
Was
months
it?
ago.
Yeah.
So Fromage is the French one. This is the Italian.
This is the
The
Italian
Italian one.
cheeses,
Okay.
yes.
How is it?
There was no cheese board this time.
There was no cheese. I
There
was
was no
very
cheese.
upset.
I don't think it's official until there's a cheese board. is it?
Exactly, yeah. We'll have another little go at that.
Yeah.
James, talk about Formaggio.
To be honest, I think we had a brief discussion about this earlier. It's the same game, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. Yeah.
Slight thematic differences, I think, to make it lean more towards Italy.
Yeah.
But underneath, it's the same game.
Yeah. I have to admit, I like the section on the board, which is clearly meant to be obviously Venice.
Venice, yes.
And then they give you the little brown canoes, which look remarkably like floating turds.
They do.
So I don't know if that was a stylistic choice to sort of skew the line just a bit, but yeah.
So what are they for in the game? Looking at the little canoes.
It's for like a scoring thing where if I remember correctly, you gain points based on how many of those canoes you get around your cheese.
So you've got the cutouts like you normally have when you put your cheese, and then you've got the lots of little cutouts around it that these slot into. So every time you put a cheese down, you get to place a boat. And the idea is you want to surround your cheeses with boats, because the more boats surrounding it, the more points.
So that's different then from the original Fromage.
Like I said, the areas are slightly different, but broadly it's the same. Like that's the only one that I would say is different. Most of the others are broadly the same.
Yeah, I mean there was obviously the one with the wine glasses, which I didn't take advantage of at all.
I did a bit of that. I can't remember what that is in Fromage, but there's one that has the region map.
Yes, majority.
It has a little bit of a difference because it's areas you're in times flags, because each area has a number of flags, Italian flags stuck in it. So
you could be in 5 areas, but if you're only on one space with one flag, you're only going to get 5 points.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's areas times flags.
Right, gotcha. So again, it's the same, but a nice little twist to it.
It's the same but slightly different sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did that disappoint it much for you, or do you still enjoy the game as much?
I still because I liked Fromage.
Yeah.
As a game, so it's one of those things where if I owned Fromage, I might be a little bit more disappointed if I went out and bought Formaggio, because it's like to me. It would feel like I've just rebought the same game.
But in that instance, this is a standalone expansion. So if you own Fromage, you're buying it as an expansion, which then gives you more replay value of Fromage. Whereas someone like me, I don't own Fromage. This is a standalone game, and it works perfectly as a standalone game. However, it's kind of making me want to go and buy Fromage, so that I can then use it as an expansion.
How does it function as an expansion?
It just replaces bits.
Okay.
So you've got the 4 ball pieces. You'll replace some of those. You've got obviously the different.
It's a bit that slots inside.
So you can mix.
You can modify
the two.
Yeah.
All right, that makes a little bit more sense because like when you said standalone expansion, it's like it makes it sound like it's a separate game. I was like, well,
you have to change it for player counts as well. The other things.
Yeah.
That's cool though. The fact that you can literally combine them.
Yeah, I mean, what I will be interested.
Could you imagine both wheels at the same time?
2 cheese boards.
Yeah, 8 players.
Although I think that both the French and the Italians would rage at the fact that you can combine
What would be really interesting to see is if they carry this on, whether we get 2 more European
You get the
countries,
American cheese.
so that you get like one section for each country
yeah.
on the board.
Now that would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, the British one would just be cheddar.
Red Leicester.
Red Leicester, cheddar.
Wensleydale.
Wensleydale.
I like the fact that Anne said American. It's like just a squirty can.
That's it, yeah. Or
Squirty can.
burger slices or whatever it is.
So yeah, I was actually going to bring up Formaggio as well, because I really, really did enjoy it. But from what we've said, Anne, is it something that you still want to try?
Absolutely.
Because you own Fromage.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was coming. I think you kickstarted it as well.
I did
originally.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. Like I say, I love Fromage. I'll play Formaggio any day. I just love that type of game. I love that style of it. In all honesty, I think Fromage might go in my top 5 of the year because that's how much I like. I love the spinning and the fact you can't get your meeples back. So yeah,
2025 game.
Well, retail it was, yes.
Yeah.
The Kickstarter was literally the end of last year. But anyway, it's just I will play Fromage or Formaggio.
It goes in my top 5 because it's the perfect excuse to break out a cheese board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
especially when you don't have to buy it.
I know.
Although we do need to do it at this time of year because this is the one time of year where all the supermarkets have cheese boards and all the different cheeses. So yeah, we will definitely be.
Yeah, I'd play it any day, mate. Either one, I'd play them.
Yeah. I will pick another game, seeing as though we've already talked for Maggio, and I will give James his time in the sun because we played Piles.
Yep.
A dexterity game, man.
Yes.
I set this up without telling James what the game is about. To then find out that he had actually played it before anyway.
We've all played it before.
We've all played it before.
I was right. It was Ant we played it with.
We've played it with Stephen. There's 4 of us.
Yeah. So he obviously remembered it and he voluntarily joined in anyway. The man that does not like dexterity games and is terrible.
It's when you got to reach in and grab all the stuff to match things up, right? Yeah.
And you create sets and you have to create 6 sets in order to win. He's terrible at dexterity games. He never wins at them. We played it twice and he won twice.
I think he likes dexterity stuff.
With a lot of ease, I'm going to add.
Okay.
So yeah, we played that. James, admit you're a liar. because
I obviously was just incredibly like he's not wrong. It's like I literally just went done. Yeah. Me and Dave didn't stand a chance. Me and Dave just did not stand a chance. I really do enjoy that game. Thing is, you've got to. I think it's because like both games we reached a point where it was like I know the cards that I need are in one of your hands because they're not in the middle, and it's like you've got to almost chuck a card. Someone's got to chuck one into the middle and swap something to cause people to go ah. Yeah, and every time I did that, it just like there's my card. Yeah, done. There's just one thing I really like about that game, though, is the fact that you've got all these different sets in the games, and some of them are very deliberately similar. With the pair of socks. Well, one of them is a pair of socks, and the other is a trainer pair of socks. To me, it's the sort of I want to call them like rain macs and dresses. There were a couple of times where I almost put a set in, and as I was going to put it down, I went, "Oh no, I've got the wrong one." Slightly different, yeah, exactly. And the sort of the hillbilly checkered shirts, that things like that, where there's like, one's a short sleeve, one's a long sleeve.
Doesn't count.
And he's like, yes, I've done. Oh no, I haven't done it. But it's really, really interesting game. 5-10 minutes. It's good fun. Yeah.
Quick.
There's always games like that. Once someone has won and everyone puts their cards down, you had it. Yeah, exactly. So really, really fun. I enjoyed that. But yeah, that's some games that we've played recently. I think we can shuffle on over to some games that we played last year.
Whoa.
As we go into this week's cardboard callback. So guys, I'm going to start this by saying that I am super excited to talk about this one because this bad boy actually ranked in my top 5 games and most played games of 2024 because for this week's cardboard callback, we are talking about Inside Up Games Draft and Write Records.
This was your number one, right?
It was. It was. You remember that well, sir.
I do.
So, how do we feel about this game a year on? I mean, it's obvious what how
I
feel
don't
about it.
remember it. I've only played it once, so
I do remember it. It's still a very good game.
Mhm.
I feel it's been pipped by a Hard Rock 1977.
Ooh, controversial, sir. So we obviously
agreed.
when we talked about this
But
in
two different
our
games,
sort of games of the year, I think it was the year in reflection, top 5 games of the year. We hadn't played Rock Hard at the time, and I know we all said it, including me, that I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it once I had got that game to the table. Now, obviously, we have had that game to the table. We have played it multiple times. For this year's Plays-Wise, I've played each of them about the same amount. Okay, so I have played them both at the same sort of time, and I still love Draft and Write Records. I really do. I think it's a fantastic game, and I don't even think it's in the same category as Rock Hard.
It's not. Let's be honest.
No,
it's
different type of game.
It's a completely different type of game. I'm talking about on a personal level.
Mhm.
If you put both games in front of me and said which rock band themed game are we playing, it's like, oh, it's a worker placement, and I'm gonna
yeah. And again, this is very, very tough for me because I love Rock Hard. Theme-wise, I think Rock Hard just
it's
ticks the
right
box.
there. It helps that it was made by someone who used to be in a rock
Yeah,
band.
absolutely.
So yes, the theme is just really good. The theme is really good in Draft and Write though, and some of the mechanics in it, like I love the band building mechanic.
The synergies and stuff like that.
Getting them to synergize and harmonize, like where you have to actually physically build your band.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it. It's still a brilliant game.
Yeah.
It's just a worker placement's always going to win.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. I think theme-wise, and this is why I say I think they're different, right? Because in Draft and Write Records, I feel like I'm in the band, or I'm a direct manager of the band. Whereas in Rock Hard, I feel a bit more like a record label, as opposed to a direct manager or even being in the band.
I disagree with that. I agree with your take on Draft and Write. You definitely feel like a manager because you're constructing the band and then taking it on tour. You definitely feel like a member of the band in Rock Hard.
There's elements of it for sure in Rock Hard that I feel more like a member. With the whole you've got a job, and all that kind of stuff.
It's more the fact that one of the
objectives
is you're trying to get signed. That meant you're definitely playing as a aspiring musician in LA in the late 70s.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just to swing it back a little bit more to Draft and Write. There's certain things I love about it, and you've already brought up my favourite part of that game. And I don't even think I mentioned this as a favourite part when we originally talked about this game. But it is that sort of band synergy mechanic with the coloured pencils.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned that certain colours of the pencils were a bit off because you couldn't see them properly in certain light conditions.
One of them's yellow. It's like because you're effectively using a coloured pencil. It's like yellow was always a bad colour to choose.
Yeah.
Should have been green. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's still I think that is now my favourite mechanism in that entire game is that band synergy thing. I'm struggling with Draft and Write because I'm actually getting to the point where my pad is a little bit thin, and I look at it and I'm like, I need to be careful how many times I play this now and how many players, because it's probably got 3 or 4 more plays left.
Wow.
Can you not get a replacement pad?
I can, but Inside Up Games are a Canadian company.
Right.
So I need to wait for them to come back over here. Hopefully, UK Games Expo, where I will pick up another pad because I love that game. I really do. It's still an approved game for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I only say that if both games were offered and it's a which
Yeah.
game we play. It's like if it's a we're playing Draft and Write, yep, cool, count me in.
Yeah.
It's still a very good game.
What about you, Ant? I know you've got very few memories of Draft and Write.
I really don't remember it that well.
You don't remember it at all?
I remember on the map you can tour around.
Yeah.
I remember, like I said, the colours. And I remember there was a section where you get certain things like demos or something, or I really can't remember it very well.
Yes, you're
You
right.
know what I'm talking about? The bottom.
Yeah.
It's like a little box and you tick it off across and you get
that's
certain
right.
things.
Yeah.
That's all I really remember it. I remember you had to connect certain colours to certain things and you would get band members or
That's
whatever.
right, yeah.
But apart from that, I had a great time with it, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I think it's been long enough time, because I know you said it's a year now, but I think we played it before this because you got it from Expo or something,
right,
so it was not long after, so nearly a year and a half ago then. So
That's just saying to me that we need to break that game out.
We
again.
do.
yeah, I mean, I'm happy to play again, don't get me wrong.
I actually nearly bought that on Monday, and it might well make it to this coming Monday. It's the last game club of the year
It is.
for us, so be interesting to get that to the table. But as a roll and write, X and write, draw and write, whatever you want to call it, I still think it's one of the best. Personally,
It's definitely one of the. I've not played that many of them, but it's definitely the one I've enjoyed the most.
Is it still your number one for last year? That's the question. That should be a top 5, by the way, if our number ones from previous years are still there.
it might be on my list to do.
Nice.
We'll see.
I actually have to go back and remember what I've.
Exactly.
And that as well, yeah.
That's why I haven't done it yet, but it is coming, so you have to think.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. It's tough because there have been a few games extra that I've played from last year. It's still in the top 5. I think Rock Hard is probably in there as well, but I'm not sure which game I would take out. So it's definitely still in the top 5. Whether it still holds the number 1 spot, I'd have to make that decision. I don't think it's been knocked off because I really do love that game. And I've played it to death.
Yeah, which is
So,
good.
Yeah. I've got more than my money's worth out of that game.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've known anyone that has gone through a notepad in any board game ever. So that's an achievement there.
It will be the first one I've done it on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Really, really fun game. I approve it still a year on.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I remembered most of it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did enjoy it. I remember for the most part of it.
100% still approve it.
Nice. It's still in my collection, so that's something, considering I've culled 2/3 of my collection now. So I think that's.
You need to have a Christmas game day and just do loads of games in one.
I am actually planning to game every single day over the Christmas break when I'm off. So yes, there you
Done
go.
and done.
So yeah, that is our cardboard callback for this week, and of course that brings us to the end of the episode. James, this is the first time you've been on with the new format.
It is.
Interesting doing the main bit early.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, I bet that caught you off guard because I didn't pre-warn you of that, did I?
No, but as I said to you before, it's like I do read the group, so I saw the message you put out when you said you were changing the format.
Ah, well, there you go. I'm proving wrong again. He
At
just
least he
doesn't
reads
answer
it. At least he reads it.
Yeah,
It's
he
a
just
good
doesn't
thing. It's a
answer
good thing. It's half of it. It's half of it.
But yes, this is obviously the end of the episode. Thank you guys for both coming along, as always. And thank you guys for watching and listening. But Ant, this is your time.
This is my section.
Your favourite bit.
Woo! So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. But let's ask you, have you played TMNT Unmatched? Have you played Unmatched? Or give us a comment, like, share, subscribe, and tell us who your favourite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is and why, or any favourite bad guys, and if you're willing to give TMNT Unmatched a actual try or not.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. That's why he's here. James,
That's literally why I'm here. That's it. Thank you. Good night.
James, we still haven't come up with an ending thing for you to do yet. So you've got to come up with something, man.
Cool.
There you go. But yes, thank you very much again, guys. Obviously, if you have enjoyed what you've heard, like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. But until next time, I have been Jason.
I have been James.
I've been Ant.
And you have been watching or listening to The Meeple Minded. Join us next time for more tabletop gaming goodness.